One of the most common questions that are raised with regards to zakat on investments is, do I have to pay zakat on long-term or short-term investments? In this video, let's break this down and simplify the concept of long-term versus short-term. So the entire question is a person who's investing and maybe in the future one day he'll sell those assets, or a person who's investing and is just looking to exit very soon. What's the zakat treatment of this? There are multiple opinions out there in trying to address these two dilemmas. Some scholars have made a distinction between holding and investing something for more than 12 months and less than 12 months. So some scholars are of the view that if you are buying to sell something within 12 months, that is deemed to be trading and therefore you'll pay zakat on the full value. But if you are selling after 12 months, that will not be trading and you won't pay zakat on the full value. You'll only pay zakat on the underlying net zakatable assets, if any. But what's the actual principle, and is this 12 months view correct, and how do we understand this? The actual principle is quite simple in that you need to pay zakat on anything you're trading and doing business in. So any asset class that you buy with a view to sell with profit, that's what business is. So if you are buying something low and selling high, and that's done in a business environment, business setup, business strategy, you'll pay zakat just like you're a shopkeeper, or perhaps you're buying and selling things online. You know that you're doing business in something. That's why Imam al-Aini, he mentions at-tijara amalun makhsusun. It's tijara and trade. People know what trading is. So if you're in that setup where you are buying low, selling high, you are benefiting from the capital appreciation, then you need to pay zakat, because zakat revolves around assets where you've bought to resell to increase. And that's known as malun nami, where you're trying to increase everything. And that's your goal for buying this stock. You are not really interested in utilizing the asset or holding that asset. Rather, you're more interested in simply growing your overall wealth, your overall units of value and money. So some simple examples. The shopkeeper is straightforward, he's doing business. Perhaps somebody's buying and selling online, on Amazon or any other website. Straightforward as a business asset. On the other side, a person, he invests in property. There you are holding on to the property for rental income purposes. There's no zakat on the property because you are not selling that property. You've not bought it to resell. You're holding on to the asset and using it by leasing it out. Therefore, there's no zakat on the property itself, rather on the rental income. The challenging scenario or the question arises, well, what about if I invest in land or property with the understanding and view that one day in the future, if I need to, I will liquidate and sell, and that will give me some cash that I may need on a rainy day and for any emergency. So you've bought this land. That land, you're not really trading. That's not called trading. Trading land, trading properties, it's a known phenomena. When you're trading, concerned with the market value, it's listed, you are advertising it everywhere. That's what trade is all about. Here, when you've bought a land and said one day in the future, if I need to sell, I'll sell, which means you really are not selling. Only if you need to, you will sell. So there's an entire question mark whether you're selling or not selling. Therefore, that asset is not zakatable because it's not a business asset. Nobody does business like that. That's not what you call business. That is just your personal asset. You're using it. Perhaps you're diversifying your wealth in different forms. You are storing your money in different assets, because just holding onto cash, inflation is eroding and taking the value away. That could prevent you from taking zakat, but there will be no zakat on those assets. Similarly, a person who invests and says, one day in the future, when I'm 65 or 70, then I'll need to sell. But for now, I'm not selling. Again, there is no zakat on that because you are not trading this right now. You've bought this not to trade. You are holding this. You are benefiting, holding onto that asset, gaining dividend income. And in the future, when you need to exit, you'll exit. But for now, that's not your intention. Neither are you concerned with the market value right now. You're not listing it anywhere. You're not treating it like a trade asset. And that's why there will be no zakat on that, like a business stock. So all in all, if your intention when buying something is to resell and you treat it like a trade asset, where that's your business, you're looking for capital appreciation, that's your focus, then there is zakat. Regardless of whether you'll sell after 12 months or within 12 months, it's all about, are you treating this now as a business asset or not? And that's something you need to decide. If you're not treating it like a business asset, you have no intention of that, and the entire asset will not be subject to zakat, only the net underlying zakatable assets, if any. To make it easy really just make an intention, I'm not selling this, I am keeping this. And then that will discount it from being a zakatable asset. If you're really not selling this and you have no intention, but you have these doubts whether it is an investment or whether it's a trade asset, just make the intention. And only when there's a need or a situation will I sell. That means really you are not selling this. The intention is to keep. And like anything and everything, we can sell anything in the future. That does not make your asset a trade asset. Nobody does business by holding on to assets and making this intention. One day in the future, if I need, I'll sell. That is not business, and there is no zakat on such assets.